here's the cookie.
Cookie. Cookies.
Okay.
Cookie starts with letter C.
Cookies get a lot of what? Ah, I lost my glasses.
You don't need them.
That I eat.
Here you go.
Good.
Episode 5.
Episode 6.
R N R N
98. 98. Like 76.
Brother Reek here.
Brother Lee here.
Stephen Pam here.
Wait,
Hey man, the DJ here.
What?
what you say, Sammy?
Did you song? Slap down.
Episode 5.
Episode 6.
Alright, so you might have missed us for about a week or so.
Well,
We're working brothers. Brother Reek over
here.
here was doing a proof of concept film for actually a feature that he's doing.
And
And I've just been writing. We'll show you a little bit of the stuff that we're working on a little bit later. But first off, let's get to Game of Thrones. I mean, the week before, it was.
Wait.
Oh, what do you want to get to?
I got an amendment for this week.
No,
We're
thank
gonna start off with a surprise topic that neither Austin nor Salim know about.
Oh.
But I'm bringing this up because it's so damn topical and none of us have discussed this. And we're gonna talk about the election results out here in California. Hillary Clinton is now a Democratic resolution.
Surprise.
That's right, Sammy.
I personally don't want to talk about it. Let's move on.
No, we gotta talk about it, brother.
Nah, I don't want to talk about it.
We're gonna talk about this.
What's there to talk about? She's the nomination. There's nothing else we could do. So
Are you
that's
gonna vote
it.
for it?
That's not the point.
Are you gonna vote for it?
So, come on, DJ
I'm
Rock.
gonna make sure that Donald Trump doesn't get into the office, but I'm not gonna ever say that I support her as a person.
It's called for me.
That's
A
not-
call
that's
for
it.
you.
What you thinking, brother Austin?
Oh, it's called for my whole
At first
way.
I was with Bernie.
So you can
and
get
now
on
I'm like,
over.
as long as it's not Trump, I'm cool.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm not gonna not vote for her, but what it comes down to is I'm not gonna ever say that I'm cool with everything that I was not cool with before. I'm not gonna just flip flop over. I'm not gonna forget about everything that I read about and researched. That's all still there.
All those Facebook statuses.
I'm doing everything very begrudgingly, and you're never gonna hear me talk about her. It's gonna be me being silent until the moment I have to walk in, and again, close my eyes, press Hillary Clinton, and then walk out of the booth. That's what it's gonna be for me.
Yeah, man.
And we have a big move. So, our team.
I don't know what else to say. I'm pretty defeated about the whole thing.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I was a little shocked by it, but like
And you can
I was
come on
prepared for this moment at the
ATC.
same time. Like I
I mean,
always
Come
felt
on,
like
ATC, new class.
I always felt like with
ATC.
Bernie, it was always a chance that he would not get elected.
Look, with the way that the election's been going and a lot of the, let's just say, inconsistencies with voting counts and just everything in every state, it's just the way that it is. I say any more about it, I'm probably gonna, get a little bit animated and, but it's all good. This is a political process, and I'm actually just happy to see that this is what it really is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it is. Everything else that we thought it was before, it wasn't. This is actually what it is.
I'll say this. Let's please kill the hashtag Bernie or bust, because that's the most dangerous thing in the world right now. Because if you were a Bernie supporter like us on this show, and we ended up all losing together and we don't vote against Donald Trump, we will lose.
I agree
It'll
with
be
that.
illegal to be black if Donald Trump is
But
is
at the end of the
elected.
day, a lot of the people who are Bernie or bust, they're the same as me. It's going to be very hard for them just ideologically to say that they're going to support somebody that really just on many levels they just do not connect with. So I get where they're coming from. Hopefully over time,
Get another cookie, please.
over time they'll understand that there's bigger issues here. But I understand it's going to take
Can I
time.
have a
for them.
cookie, please, Sammy?
So I'm going to give them the time that they need.
Want some
Part of
milk,
me
too?
wants to see Donald Trump win just to kind of see what happens.
No, don't even put
Austin,
that
don't
out
put that
there.
in the
Don't even
universe.
put that in the universe, my
Just
friend.
from a bird in the sky.
You want to know what happened? Watch Back to the Future 2. You'll have a perfect example of everything that's going to happen.
What if he was like, I was just joking. I don't really want to be.
No, that unfortunately, the reason why he's not going to say that is because, we got people walking through the streets, randomly yelling the N-word at people as they're just trying to walk down the street. And this is just happening more. I just saw a video of this woman today that this happened to. And she's like, look, I was called an N-word one time when I was in 2nd grade, and then just now. Just walking down the street, some random dude just started calling her, and started following her, and she had it on video. And I'm just like, this is the country we're living in now.
He's bringing out all of the hate that people have been like kind of trying to bottle in. Like he's just inciting it. Like yes, like,
he's stoking the fire. Yeah, he's going on. He wants to go all the way. Someone who's stoking the fire that much and he's bringing out this much support for himself, he's not going anywhere. So,
Sammy, what you think about Donald Trump?
It's like EQI. Just call for help. Don't call for me.
Exactly.
Basically.
And then that's actually a great segue. Let's
Thrones?
Let's go on to Thrones. You know, in a weird way, Thrones provides its own sense of messed up political intrigue. And this week was actually really really good. I was really happy because it was a very big pick me up from the week before, and just so much stuff happened. Where to start? Oh, we start off. We see
the Hound came back.
The Hound is back.
That's the biggest part.
I love the way that they introduced it. I love the timing of it because then it just cuts to him.
Right.
The one dude
you know
holding a log.
And it didn't even start off with the typical kind of like opening sequence with the names of all the actors and all of that.
No.
When we were watching at Austin's crib or whatever, and like when the Hound came on, you just heard oh!
Yeah, no,
Brothers
it was
was
great.
Jumping up, throwing chips. It was crazy.
Well, I mean, we've been waiting for him to come back. We knew that Arya left him there, so that he was probably still alive. But just seeing where he's been, the journey that he's been on, seeing that he's with these I guess a version of the High Sparrows, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And had that dude, I forgot his name, but he was in Deadwood.
Deadwood, yeah.
Yeah. Ian McShane.
He looks like he reminds me of Alfred Molina a little bit.
He's great. He always plays these characters like in spades.
I was so mad that we only got him for one episode. I felt like he would have been so important.
But it was neat. I think it was twofold. It was one to kind of bring this is what Game of Thrones does. It makes us feel like something's gonna happen. Where it makes us think we know where the story's going, and then pulls a fast one. And another thing that was weird is the guy. So spoiler, the dude ends up getting killed. The guy who's mentoring the Hound. But the thing that was weird is that he actually gets killed by the Brothers Without Banners. Now the last time we saw the Brothers Without Banners, they were helping Arya Stark, and they were the guys who we saw actually resurrect the first time. And they seem to be righteous. So something obviously happened with their crew.
I think we'll find out. It must have been something between the Brothers with Banners and that religious group.
Yeah, exactly.
That they felt like they had to murder.
Actually, that's a good point.
I never heard of them until then. I was like, what?
Nah, those were the brothers. They were the first ones to resurrect from death. Cause you had the brother with one eye.
Yeah, with the eye patch. And he got cut right here, and then he got brought back to life. It was like the 3rd or 4th season or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm going back now.
But yeah. But
Just as good as going back.
I think what I was just salivating over was seeing Lady Tyrell just like get in Cersei's ass. She basically said that was the construction of that scene was just perfect. Like she said everything that I would have wanted to say to Cersei just in one sentence. She's like, this is happening because of you. This is happening because of you. This is happening because of you. And it's like there's no way that Cersei could have gotten around it. She's like, you're right. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I messed up. Sorry, Cersei.
It's
a childhood.
I know. I apologize. She said I messed up. But of course she's still conniving. She's never gonna stop, trying to do what she's gonna do.
And we also got a hint to see that Marjorie got something up her sleeve.
Oh, Marjorie is on a whole other plane right now.
The question is,
she has to be.
But did Marjorie have a plan from when she was in captivity, or did she devise a plan when the High Septon basically said that you're only going to be a wife to the king?
I think that she really is at a point now where, she has a whole big plan ahead right now. Because she's playing a very dangerous game. Mm-hmm. She's playing a very dangerous game, and I think that she realizes that it's either all or nothing, and she's got to go all in. And so she's going all the way in right now. She's basically lying her butt off right now, but, she has I think a very visible end goal in mind. And, never count out the Tyrells. That's what I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Never, ever count out the Tyrells.
Why are the women so strong in that family?
They gotta trick up the... Oh, yeah, exactly.
The women are the strongest members of that family. Like,
of course.
Because her father...
Arguably the same as the Lannisters, other than Jamie.
Nah. the father was a beast.
No, you're
The
right.
grandfather was a
I'm
beast.
forgetting about Tywin and Tyrion.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of that. The
Actually,
last
all
are
of them,
pretty,
yeah.
are pretty balanced out pretty well.
Yeah, actually, Cersei had to be more tough because of the fact that there were so many men.
Yeah.
Well, for
exactly.
the big news.
What else was there this month? I mean, this week.
Episode.
This episode, yeah.
Arya got stabbed for no reason.
Oh, okay. So I want to let you guys in. There's a thing we're gonna start doing. Theory alert. I have a theory that I read about with Arya Stark. All right, you guys ready? You guys, if you don't want to hear the theory, put on earmuffs. Don't or pause it or.
Yeah.
So here we go. I heard that Arya Stark might be in a Fight Club situation. She might be the waif.
What do you mean?
So the person that's been training her and beating her up, she might be that person.
Yep.
And think about it. She's actually never been around other people other than her and Jaqen. There's been a scene where we've seen her just fighting, and when she came back, there was nothing there. So I don't know. I heard that theory, and I was like, ooh, okay,
That
all
could be.
right.
That, but
All right.
how weird would that be though? Because then it's like that literally is Game of Thrones taking every genre.
Every genre. No.
It's like-
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be because George R. R. Martin's like, I'm gonna go through every trope.
Because
I
this
know.
is the first season that we started seeing like sitcom, like comedy enter into the Game of Thrones universe.
And now we have,
like every
and then we have
episode
time
you have,
travel.
yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I'm
I feel
still.
like you gotta have with Game of Thrones. You gotta have something.
They're throwing. They do the kitchen sink. The
Yes, it's so
Game of
deep.
Thrones is about the kitchen sink. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So,
So. Big brother just caught.
mhm. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that was great. What else happened?
I finally saw the first episode of Roots.
Ooh, yes.
All right.
Roots. All right. What'd you think?
All right, so after watching the first episode, it is well executed, like your brother said. It's well told. I think they spent a lot of time in Africa, which was good. But I still feel the same with like, we don't need no more slavery stories. I'm sorry. It's not hard to f up a slavery story because everyone's going to be up for it. I can't even think of the last time I saw a slavery movie and it was actually bad and like poorly executed. I'm just like, man, let's get some black sci-fi. You get what I'm saying? Let's get some black period pieces from like different eras that weren't slavery. You get what I'm saying? Let's see the Timbuktu movie. Like they kept talking about going to Timbuktu.
I know.
I love to see that.
Here's my rebuttal for that. So the Roots was needed for the time that it came out. That same
In the
thing
70s.
in the 70s. We can't use that same thing for now. So this is literally just updating it so that we have a newer version to show people. So because it's like it's still the same thing.
Some
like you
library
said,
type stuff.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're gonna actually use this to teach people something, update it. Use it so that it's palpable for the people of the new generation. And that's what I'm seeing it as. And I'm just happy that it's actually well done, well made, great acting, giving some brothers a chance. The dude who played Kunta Kinte is fat. I can't wait to see him more stuff. I can't wait to see him
he
in
did a
Black
project.
Panther
Here we
movie.
go.
In
He
in
did a
Black Panther.
project in England. He's from England. He did a project in England with John Boyega and the other light-skinned dude from Attack the Block.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it on IMDb. I haven't seen the project yet, but I saw that the three
That's
of the
what I'm
brothers was in
saying.
the project
I would have
together.
never known, we need more John Boyega. I would have never known that this brother, had the skills, but he's great. I can't wait
Yeah,
to
that
see him
brother's
in more
talented.
stuff.
That's a good
There's
brother.
more than just John Boyega out there. There's this brother, there's so many more, but it's
The
like,
light-skinned brother from Attack the Block who
Exactly.
was in Live, Die, Repeat with Tom Cruise, and he did a great
oh
job
yeah,
in
yeah.
that.
Another great
Also,
movie.
the dark-skinned brother who was in Black Mirrors, he was in the first 2 seasons of Skins.
He was also in Sicario.
Sicario, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. I
That
mean,
brother's
all
dope.
the British brothers, they really kind of
Dark-skinned brother too.
Yeah. So did you hear about this? The
What?
fact that so they did a documentary about Hannibal, and people are starting people who are like historians are mad because they're saying this is not historically accurate because they're depicting Hannibal as a black man.
Alright, I'm just gonna say this. Wasn't he from Africa?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen Gods of Egypt, so obviously
true.
Africans can be
Can be any race.
can be Irish.
Africans can be Irish.
So
Africans can be British.
you want to hear the irony? You know who actually wants to play Hannibal? Who's like, this is his passion project?
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel. Well, Vin Diesel's half black.
I mean, Vin Diesel.
He
He's
black
got some
and
flavor.
Italian.
He's got some flavor. We don't. Yeah, he's definitely got it in there. So I think that's such BS. It's so crazy that people don't know
I
the
think
history.
isn't Vin Diesel the one mainly pushing it? Like he's trying to produce it and star in
He's
it.
trying to do the whole thing. I mean, he's one of the few people that has the clout and who can do that.
I won't be mad with Vin Diesel playing it though, because he is half black. He's black and he's Italian, so you can say he's black on both sides. He's and he was like a really good actor.
I know that'd be if he was black and Sicilian.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, country.
Exactly. So, yeah. What else happened this week? The Do-Over. The Adam Sandler movie.
Right. Well, that just brings up a conversation in general with comedies. We were talking about this last night. So Popstar came out last week. Neighbors came out like 2 weeks ago. Ghostbusters still coming up. And Keanu came up earlier in the summer.
It's actually a good point, yeah.
None of these comedies have really done well.
They haven't.
And for a long time I've been saying that the theater is going to start changing where you're only going to get these big event movies and broad comedies. And this is probably like the first time we haven't had a breakout broad comedy yet.
I'll tell you exactly where these movies belong. Netflix.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but look, we're seeing that if the market is going to change, either Netflix needs to come up with their own theaters, or these movies need to be put on day and date with streaming and in the theaters, so they can actually make their money back. It's just smart to do now.
I feel like because people aren't taking risks on these comedies no more. Because even like Neighbors 2 should have been like the biggest comedy this year because it's like a property that did well the first time. We all love Seth Rogen. We all love this franchise. People should have came out to see it and they just didn't.
In a weird way, it's like.
Yeah, I didn't know it came out because I liked the first one a little bit.
The first one was dope.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know what's weird is like now we have superhero movies that are also really good comedies. And so it's almost like that's kind of like doing both, taking care of both things at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of doing the...
Yeah, and they give you drama. Because like I said on a podcast back a few months ago that like these action films, you get the best directors to do them, the Ryan Cooglers, the George Millers, the Christopher Nolans, the Dave Finchers, the James Camerons. That's more so what the theaters need. And you can have like some of these small independent films that do well at Sundance or more character driven. Give these really big Netflix releases. But now it's like
make them earn the release.
Right.
Make them earn the fact. It's like if people are really wanting to see it, then give it a wider release. But if not, just go through the Netflix model.
Go through Netflix and then give them the awards if they're on Netflix.
Exactly. Like I want people to be able to make the money back, but let's not delude ourselves and not realize what the market is right now.
Right. But I guess because we talked about the Do-Over a little bit last week, and I guess that's the first version of like a really good comedy that's been released on Netflix, and I think that
shocked.
Yeah, we were shocked because it was Sandler, but it also may just start this new trend where, like, you know what? Because I think if Keanu would have been released on Netflix, it would have killed.
It would have been way better. That would have been a perfect Netflix release. I'm actually really bummed that it didn't. I'm really bummed that it that it didn't do as well, and people weren't even talking about it. Like you ask people. I mean, granted, the trailer wasn't the greatest, and Key and Peele have a I guess their whole comedy repertoire. It's experimental, and sometimes you don't know how good it's gonna be until you watch it.
It's like what they were saying about Hot Rod, that Lonely Island movie. That it was so Lonely Island and it was great and it was experimental comedy, but people just didn't know what it was, so they didn't give it a chance.
Yeah, but Hot Rod, no, but Keanu actually worked though.
Keanu did work.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Popstar. I'm hoping to see it this week. Because it looks hilarious to me. And they got a ton of celebrity cameos.
It's got like a 76%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which isn't bad.
It's not bad at all.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it didn't perform well this past weekend, which was kind of like a sad thing to see.
Yeah.
So another underperformer.
What?
NBA Finals.
Oh, okay. So this. Okay, remember when I said that I think this whole thing is rigged?
Yes.
I think what happened is the Warriors had to lose game 2, but then they're like, oh crap, we're not supposed to be losing by this much.
Right.
And then they tried to come back, but
and then they destroyed them.
They got destroyed. It was funny. This is a nutty series.
Ron was making it look super easy last time.
It's like
they weren't playing the same team. Yeah, I think
that's how I know. Like the only way you play like that is when you're told, don't play 100%.
Well, if they're cheating these games, I hope they pay them to keep the game closer in game 4. Because I'm tired of watching these blowouts.
Yeah.
Or they figured out a way to defend Steph. I was thinking, what if they figured out a way to lock Steph down?
Yeah. I mean, I think that Cleveland's going to get game 4. It's going to be a tie series. And, I mean, look, NBA is going to get their money's worth. We're going to get at least a game 5 and 6. It's going to happen no matter what. It's just how it happens. I'm sorry to be the conspiracy theorist who's talking about capitalism, but look, it's what it is, man. It's what it is. So, sad revenue. It's just what it is at the end of the day. You know.
Nah, it's pretty
They're
terrible.
gonna- I mean, you're basically talking about them losing money
If the games aren't
if the
good.
games aren't played.
Yeah.
And why would they? This is their business first.
So you think they're gonna go to 6 or 7?
They're gonna make it go past 5. 6 or 7 is up to them. There's no
Yeah,
way
it's
that
not
they're
gonna
gonna.
be-
They don't allow sweeps
Yeah.
anymore. It's just not economically viable.
So you think that? So do you feel like if the NBA wasn't, they didn't have their hands in it, you think the Warriors would be? They would have swept the.
Swept.
They'd be on their way to a sweep.
I'm only
right now.
saying that based off of what I saw in the first 2 games. They're a superior team. And I'm saying that as a Lakers fan, as whatever. I'm just looking at how they played and how they shoot. It's on a whole nother level. And that's just, they do that when they want to do that. They can very easily not do it. Just turn it off. And just, you know.
Yeah, I want the Cavs to win, man, because I don't believe in the Warriors, man. I don't believe in Steph. And like I was one of the earlier.
You know,
that a box?
that's what they said about Jesus too, man. That's
So
what they also
you
said about
compare
Muhammad.
Steph to
That's what they
Jesus?
also said about Muhammad. You know,
So Steph is a prophet there.
I mean, you know, I'm talking in hyperbole here, but you know, it's like there's a lot of people who don't believe the hype, and you know, I watch this kid, and this kid's got it. I mean, he's not perfect. He misses shots. You know, his defense is sometimes very lazy. You know, he's a little bit privileged, and you know, whatever. He's not the
I
greatest
say this,
person in the
man.
but I can't deny that I've never seen a player play the way that he's played and be as tall as he is,
Now Steph is
being a good dude.
Steph is fantastic and the team is really good. I just think the league likes him so much because they hate LeBron so much. But like Steph has everything that LeBron never had. I say this all the time, but like his team is just as old as he is for the most part, and they're just as not just as good, but they're pretty damn good. Like Klay Thompson's one of the best second fiddles in the league. You get what I'm saying? Like
No.
Draymond Green on a defensive end and
got a great
rebounder.
team.
They got an amazing team,
But
and
it-
even with LeBron's like high play players, like these motherfuckers suck. Like J.R. Smith hasn't been hitting no shots.
But
Kyrie
it-
is kind of like he hasn't stepped up as a man.
Now,
in the league,
is it the fault of the players or the cohesive? Like, I feel like just from watching it, I don't know how any of these other players would be outside of the Warriors. I really feel like they're playing as well as they're playing because they're on the Warriors.
Well, that's good general management. They found
General
the right,
management,
the right
that's great.
role players.
That's what I'm.
They built the team around the right guy and they put the right pieces around it.
And that requires a cohesiveness. That requires everybody having fun. You know,
That's true.
You know, and I think that
I mean,
that's.
players have fun when they play with LeBron.
I'm not saying that they don't. But I also know that it's different playing with LeBron versus playing with Steph,
Or playing with Kobe.
or playing with Kobe. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was so impressed because Game 3, the highest scorer was Draymond Green, and both Klay Thompson and Steph Curry had like 18 and 19 points,
Yeah.
and he had like 28. And I'm just like, what? This would never happen in a Game 3 of a Lakers game,
Yeah.
anything, never.
Yeah, it's very balanced.
That's impressive. So, yeah. You know, I'm still.
Who you guys want to win?
Oh, I you know.
He's going Warriors.
I won't. You know, here's
I'm
the
going
thing.
Cavs.
I want the Warriors to win because they're an obvious choice. Like just skill wise, it just makes the most sense. But if for whatever reason LeBron shows his mettle and just becomes this beast machine, I'm not gonna deny like, yo, you did it. So
And Kyrie.
take it, both of
That's
them.
all
If they all step up and do their thing, I'm gonna definitely be the first to start rooting for them because I'm not going in either direction.
Who you voting for? Who you going for, Austin?
At first it was like,
Because y'all don't got a team in Baltimore, so I'm like, who do you rock with?
it just depends on who you like. Like, because I used to be in Boston, and now I'm kind of like, I just like watching games. So
That makes sense.
I'm like, at first I kind of wanted OKC to win, but after last night I was like, if LeBron gets it, I'm not mad at that either.
That's what it is, man.
You're like the perfect Clippers fan.
Let the
Like,
man win. Now, yeah, I did like the Clippers for a second.
because it's like you don't have a
I like
hometown
Clay.
team,
I like
and it's a
Chris
good
Paul.
team. You're here. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Clippers. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah. You know what I'm still reeling from?
What?
Ali. Hey man, if you
How about the Chicken George
no, listen,
Can we talk about Chicken George again, please?
Here's the
Talk about
thing.
Chicken George again.
No. You have to listen to me though.
Let's talk about Chicken George.
Let's talk about Chicken George again.
Nah, but that's the thing though. That's what you're not understanding. When you get to a certain point, you get a choice. You get an opportunity to make what you want to make. You just got to get to that point.
This hasn't been confirmed yet, but I just got word that Muhammad Ali just died.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
Really?
Hold on.
No.
Hold up.
Like, I'm sorry for interrupting this.
Hold on, no.
Let's go with
We
it.
gotta get this on the.
Yeah,
hold on.
I'm gonna silence, but let's go with this though first.
Hold on.
I wanna
Whoa, we
make
gotta go
sure-
on Twitter.
Put it on Facebook.
It's on
It's on
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's on Facebook.
Yeah, he's. Oh yeah.
Yo, this nigga died in the
man,
a
Fuck
podcast.
2016. Fuck the whole
No,
year.
this fuck this
yo,
year in
what
the.
the fuck?
Oh man, this sucks. Yeah.
Are y'all
no,
sure?
Yeah.
I mean,
Where y'all
it's,
see
all,
that?
it's all over the internet.
It's all over the internet,
It's
yeah.
all over the internet. And NBC News, USA Today, CNN.com, People. People
Yeah, it's
Magazine.
more. It's,
Yeah, 18 minutes ago. Yeah, this happened.
Yo,
Man,
get that 74.
R.P. Muhammad,
Damn.
man.
terrible.
Another nigga I never got to
Man,
meet.
rest in peace. Rest
One
in
of the
peace.
greatest, baby.
One of the greatest. One of the greatest to ever.
Yeah. Yeah, each day, like, it's more information that comes out that makes you realize how real of a dude he was. And, like, we kind of took for granted a time where athletes gave a shit about what was going on in the world. Like, I haven't even heard LeBron or Steph Curry talk about if they Hillary or Bernie. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, and you know, the more that you hear about people talking about Muhammad Ali, and the more that you see that, you know, a lot of the people that are saying, giving tribute to him and saying that he transcends race, are the same people that, you know, if they saw him as a young man now would hate him.
They would flip.
You know, they would flip out. They would flip out because he's like unapologetically black, unapologetically Muslim, like, you know, unapologetically just confident. And you know, a lot of people don't like that. And you know, granted, you know, it wasn't a perfect dude. He did talk a lot of shit, but you know, God, he stuck to his guns, and
I believe he was the epitome of real nigga shit.
he was.
He was the epitome. If he said he was gonna do something, he actually did it. He
Yeah.
had his beliefs. He stood by him. He wasn't driven by money, and he was fucking bitches. I'm saying he was fucking bitches.
I mean, if that's what the epitome
X
of
was a
real
real
nigga
nigga
shit.
too. X wasn't fucking no business.
We don't know about that. Well, you know why? Because he stuck to his, you know,
Well, X stuck to
he stuck to what he
believed
believed in. You know, and that's why he left the NOI. That's why he had a schism between him and Muhammad Ali, because basically he was saying that, you know, Elijah Muhammad was on some bullshit. He's like, yo,
Yeah.
y'all aren't Muslim. I've been to Mecca. Some real those are some Muslims out there. But
him and the Honorable definitely had some
they,
words.
you know, they had, you know, a little bit of a, you know, beef, let's say, you know. But the thing that I've loved is seeing all the clips of him just talking and just being real. You know, just, you know,
He was like ahead of his time. Just,
he was just said whatever he wanted. Like I
and it
love.
all made sense. Like,
Somebody asked
Yeah,
him, or
start
you know,
rhyming.
you know, he you know, had no fear about anything, and he basically was just always dropping gems. And you know, obviously people are gonna come out like, oh, he was against, you know, black people and white people getting together, and he was against, you know, but people don't understand that, you know, it was of the time that he was in. It was about his ideas were, you know, of a certain time.
Yeah, and he was up from the nation. Like
He was.
The brothers in the nation are not about the white women.
But you know, one of my favorite things that he said is when somebody asked him if he had a bodyguard, and he just started quoting the Quran, just basically just a whole quote from the Quran, basically saying God is my protector. And I'm just like, who is this person? Like, I'm trying to imagine an athlete now being interviewed about having a bodyguard and then just starting to quote the Quran. People would lose their mind. Their heads would explode.
did y'all see the quote where it was like all these people that support Muhammad, where they support a 25-year-old him right now?
No, they
Trump
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
Oh, hell no.
Trump tweeted out that he was sad that Muhammad Ali died.
And then he was basically saying, you know, when Obama was honoring Muslim athletes, he's like, so what Muslim athletes are there?
Right.
Obviously, yeah, he don't know a damn thing.
Speaking of fuckery, we haven't spoken about this yet, but like the whole situation with old boy up in Stanford, the swimmer, and his daddy.
That's gonna be on our show. That's got it. That whole thing.
Our show,
Our show.
our TV show.
Our TV show. Which we'll tell you about it later.
We'll tell you about it a lot later. You'll see it later.
But no, every, you know, I read her speech. I read the father's rebuttal. I read everything that there is to read, and then I also read the article about the guy who spent 15 years in jail for a rape that he did not commit.
Right, the brother.
The brother, and how he's working at the NFL now, and I'm just like, this is just the perfect. I think this is me. I think stealing it from Very Smart Brothers, but it's a perfect combination of privilege, and being, you know, privilege, and race and racism. Just kind of putting it together. Like, it just makes you angry because you know that it's so part of the culture. You know, you hear the judge saying that this is gonna change his life if he goes to jail for longer than 6 months, which is actually only gonna be 3 months. It's like, of course it. Like, I've never heard any kind of leniency for a black person who's done one thing in their life.
Bill
They've messed up
Cosby.
one time.
Bill
Oh yeah,
Cosby.
because he's got money. and he's gotten the respect of everybody, and it's just like, but this kid, it's the same thing though. This kid, they said that they showed his swim times, at the same time that they were talking about, what he did.
Well,
what kind of culture are we in that you can just, as long as you provide us something and you make us happy.
It's always been that way though. Even if you look at Chris Brown,
no, you're right.
Like Chris Brown really shouldn't even be relevant right now. He should be like a joke or pariah. But like, he was able to dance his way back into the hearts of Black America.
Make us laugh, make us entertained, and we'll forget about every bad things you've ever done.
R. Kelly, you get what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm real. I can't.
Sean Penn beat the shit out of Madonna with a bat.
And you know what happened? You know what was hilarious is that.
Did you know that, Austin?
No. Check this shit out.
You said with a bat?
Dog, he was dating Madonna in the '80s, and she escaped for this nigga's crib. And she said that he had a chain to a chair for a couple of hours, and he beat her ass with a bat.
And not only that, Lee Daniels basically tried to come out and say, "Oh, y'all talking about Terrence Howard, where obviously someone like Sean Penn, was beating on people." He got sued by Lee Daniels and basically had to apologize. I'm sorry, he got sued by Sean Penn. Sean Penn sued Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels had to apologize and say, "I'm sorry that I said that." Blah blah blah. I'm like, wow.
Terrence Howard be looking like he about to hit a woman.
Well, I mean, I know Terrence Howard did that. No, have you seen Terrence Howard in like real life? Have you? This is the most weirdest nigga I've ever seen, wearing the weird ass like do rags, the clothes that are just like orange and. Like tie-dye colors. I'm like, you are the weirdest nigga. Like you win the award for the weirdest nigga.
You be having that cheekbone sweat. Like, why you sweating under here? Like, I ain't never seen that.
Oh man.
Drink some water.
The nigga's a bitch.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
The nigga's a bitch. Terrence Howard is a bitch.
He's a bitch. I mean that,
But you know what? Terrence Howard is a bitch nigga. Terrence Howard is a bitch nigga.
Yeah, but he's a very rich bitch nigga.
He's a rich nigga, and he's a talented rich bitch nigga.
Yeah.
Out of all of,
he's actually one of the most talented rich niggas. But anyways,
the last thing I say about Terrence Howard, out of all the black actors who done the gamut of like black romantic comedies, he's the most interesting actor. He's a talented thespian.
The funny thing about him is that he looks like my brother.
Yeah, a realer version of your brother.
Yeah.
Who looks like a brother?
My brother, Terrence Howard.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so that's our show for the week. We're definitely gonna continue doing it, once a week.
Come here, Simon.
Even if we got work. Thanks for watching. I am at SM Lamel on the Instagrams.
You changed your name, dog? You at SM Lamel now?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You can't change your Instagram name, dog, after it's been printed somewhere.
All right, fine. Not Instagram. Sorry, that's my Twitter. At Instaleem26 is my.
Why is your Twitter different from your Instagram?
Because I never use my Twitter.
See, that's why you never use your Twitter, because people can't find your Twitter. I'm at Reese Speaks at everything, even Facebook.
I'm at A-Man, the DJ, on everything. A-M-A-N.
I like complicated shit, all right?
Next week, we're going to talk about more Game of Thrones and more real nigga shit. Come here, Sammy.